Hello everyone. Hi. Good day. Good day. Today today we go back to Rust. Instead of trying to rewrite the programming language in Haskell, we could also continue working on OCaml, but OCaml, Haskell, Rust. Rust is the only one of those three which is actually usable. Oh shit. Factory of right effect with huge worms.
Hello?
Nice. Pigorly. Let me take a look at this. I did not want to look at this, but then I saw it. And there we go. There's going to be huge worms shooting lasers and flamethrowers at you. Time to switch to Coffee Boy? Not yet, not yet. The Factorio 2.0 is not yet released, right? This is just some spoilers for it. Looks very nice. Looks very nice. Nice. Not reading that though. This Pog. Alright. But yeah, I'm going to go back to working on with Rust. Not going back to working on Linksider yet. We're going to still work on the programming language, the kast. So here we go. Here we go. So I am currently on the Haskell rewrite. I didn't even commit the things that I did yesterday. You know what? Let's commit them. Final moments of Haskell have been committed. You know, no more Haskell. Kast in Rust, is it really happening? Yeah, finally, you know. Finally, we are no longer interested in learning things because we have learned all the things, right? Now we know for a fact that Rust is the way, you know. Before kast is ready, Pigorly, we cannot yet write kast in kast because kast is not ready for being written in itself. Not yet. So yeah, we're not going to switch languages for a while until kast is done. Shame. Well, it's because I was trying to like. It's because I was trying to do the to learn Haskell. Because I was trying to like to try OCaml, right? I mean, if I did not try OCaml, I would not even start the project, right? So it's good that I started, but I have not tried Scala yet. Scala, I have been like hearing a lot of things about it, like you know the context system that I'm making in Rust. I did not know that I thought it was in no programming languages, like you know. But apparently Scala is one of those languages that actually has the feature that I am making. Like basically the only language that makes use of it. So yeah, it kind of would be interesting, but I don't think that I want to spend another 2 weeks trying out a different language instead of making progress, you know? Yeah. So let's check out back to the main branch. This is the OCaml branch. The shady FY. Hello there. Rust, hopefully. Yeah, it is happening right now, the Rust. We're going to do git check out a new branch, which is called Rust rewrite. And this is going to be switched to the main branch. Well, actually, you know what? How about we do git check out main, and then instead I'm going to check out the branch old OCaml version, you know, and I'm going to push this one. So that, you know, this version is preserved, but I'm just going to work on the main branch directly, right? Because I don't even need to have the OCaml. Scala actually has adoption unlike Haskell. Yeah. Maybe it will have better user experience. Yeah, probably, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I could try it to write something else instead of like rewriting cast. I could try it for writing something else, but like what? And also like there's a lot of other things that I could do instead of learning Scala. Why not write it in Erlang? Erlang is apparently not even a typed language. I have no idea how people even write anything in the dynamically typed languages. It's dynamically typed. They don't say it here, but it is, right? Because like, I mean, there is Erlang. The modern version of Erlang is called Elixir, right? You don't need types. Let it fail. No, I'm pretty sure I need types. I am a fan of types. Okay. Yes, types is better than no types. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? This new style. What do you mean this new style? An error occurred. Please create an issue. You see, this program also, the lazy git is a git frontend, which is written in Go. You see, like, they also, like, crash all the time. That's why we're not writing Go. Wait, why is it crashed, though? I think, I don't know, sometimes it happens for some reason. No idea. Delete all changes from this. Nice. Remove. Okay. Let's see first the flake. The flake is going to. We need to once again delete the dune. Delete the dune. OCaml. Any like occurrences of OCaml needs to be removed. Right, hello from kast dev shell, sure. OCaml, Dune, OPAM, OCaml LSP, OCaml format, we don't need that. We don't need that. We want to have instead the Rust Go mentioned. Yeah, whenever I mention Go, it's usually not because of anything good in Go. These are just some tests. OCaml format. Yeah, this is like building the thing, which I guess I will change that later. I want to have like the no box. I want to import the Rust overlay, right? Like that. Why was it done like this? Okay, I will just use the format here, and then I will install the Rust toolchain. Where Rust toolchain is let's say it over here. Rust toolchain is this is what I want. I'm going to use this latest stable version. I'm going to include the Rust source. I think that I will want, so like since I'm using Rust, it's going to be relatively easy to compile it for the WebAssembly. We could like enhance our website at some point so that you can like try it online, you know? Why not? 2032 unknown. Maybe. Not going to do it yet though, but at some point. Rust Analyzer is another thing that I want. Rust toolchain, Rust Analyzer. Outputs called with Rust overlay. Yeah. Packages inherit overlays is import Rust overlay. That's what I want. Rust overlay is one of my inputs. Right. Syntax error because over here in the semicolon. Okay. Formatted. To be honest, I thought you might stick with Haskell. I thought I might still with Haskell, but Haskell is unfortunately too annoying. Like I can especially in the long run. I think I was annoyed with Haskell a lot more than I was annoyed in OCaml actually. Like even although technically Haskell, I think like the type system and everything in Haskell is much better than that thing that we have in OCaml. But OCaml like in like it's more practical to use that language still than Haskell, you know? And I was surprised about that because I thought Haskell would be better. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So I should have cargo. We use the Rust 181. Right. Okay. Let's see what else do we have. So this is all OCaml stuff. This is kast stuff. This is OCaml stuff. Remove. Bin. This is OCaml. Remove. This new style. Remove. Examples. This is kast. Test. This is Nix. Website is okay. All right. OCaml format. Remove. Dune project. Remove. Kast opam. Remove. Right. All right. Should be good. Then we do cargo init. Git ignore. We added the target. Sure. Source main. Hello world. Rust better than Haskell. All right. Just run. Okay, let's fix the just file. So over here, I was doing the OCaml. So just run should be. I guess like if I'm doing this in Rust, I will not even need the error rep. Maybe we'll see. Because I will probably like use something. Error wrap. Cargo run with the arguments, right? Sure, I will do the error wrap. And then Dune is no longer needed. Dune, yep. OCaml removed sad face. No, OCaml removed happy face. Isn't what it should be. Also, my sound is in the the headphones instead of the speakers. And for the rapid description, blazingly fast. It's not going to be blazingly fast yet. Once we make it blazingly fast, we can make it into the description, but it's not going to be actually fast yet. That's not the priority for now. For now, this is not the priority. Just run. Rust better than Haskell. There you go. Very nice, right? Very nice. Lazy Git. What does this mean? I think like for some reason this like terminal is not fully functional. What does this mean? It's because I'm inside NeoVim, inside terminal, inside NeoVim for some reason, I think. What if I restarted? It still is the same. What does it mean? It crashes Go completely. The bat also is not fully functional. I mean, it still shows me the colors. Anyone saw had this issue before? For some reason, like I need to actually restart my Vim here. I'm not sure if I will continue using Vim, but we'll see. I did some changes for my like Rust, so I should have better experience with Rust in Vim, I think. Okay, a camel deleted. We use Rust now. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here's the main file, right? We're going to start with the same. We're going to write the lexer, right? So lexer. Let's see, module lexer. Let's see, create module lexer. Finally making some progress. Indeed. I mean, technically it's not progress, right? Because technically we just deleted the entire code base and we're going to start from scratch, right? But once we get the same thing done, it should be working faster than before. So yeah. Okay. Are we using pret parsing? Yeah, as far as I know, it's called pret parser, the thing that I'm making, but it's so like the parser that I have is a pret parser, but the syntax of the language is not like it's not fixed. It's a dynamic. It's a language with dynamic syntax. You can define your own syntaxes when you're writing your programs. We have this feature. So yeah. As far as I know, what I'm doing is the pret parser, but I am making a language, but I don't know much about making languages. I don't I briefly looked at what is the like Hindley-Milner algorithm, right? I did not read through it, but what I'm doing is apparently the Hindley-Milner. I mean, it's pretty obvious algorithm as far as I have seen, but yeah. I did not delve deep into the details of what other people are doing much. Okay, anyway, so we have the token, just like we were doing in Haskell, right? We're going to have like the basic identifier, you know, something, just going to use the strings here. We are going to have like the punctuation, right? We're going to have the strings. If I wanted to make this like actually a fast thing, then this would be like a lifetime like thing, probably, right? Like cow or something. Punctuation. Punctuation string identifier. We also have the numbers. RC star, maybe. Yeah, maybe arc, like probably an arc, not an RC, right? Last one would be name interning plus literal. I don't know, or a cow maybe. Would be name interning plus literal interning. What's interning? What does interning mean? Fast and simple Rust interner. String interning. What's interning? String interning is a classical optimization when you have to deal with many equal strings. The canonical example would be a compiler. Most identifiers in the program are repeated several times. Yep. Interning works by ensuring that there is only one canonical copy, which is basically the arc star. You know, if like it's just going to like basically be a like it's not just a string, it's a pointer into a string, and it can point to the same string if it is like the same. You don't always need like yeah, and like if you see two similar, then like it's better if you guarantee that they point to the same thing, yeah, right? So like when you compare the strings for being equal, you just compare the pointer. Yeah. It's not a pointer, it's U32 ID. Not much difference. It's like U32 and it's like a hash table into the thing. It's same as having a pointer. No? What's the difference actually? Not much. It's just like, yeah. Anyway, we're not going to worry about that. That is something that we're not going to worry about. This is going to be public. And we are going to have to compare. You don't access the hash table. Yes, exactly. Just like for comparing, like if it was a pointer, you don't dereference the pointer to like compare. You just compare the pointer directly. In your and you're saying like instead of a pointer, you use the integer, which is like instead of pointing to a memory, it's the index which is pointing into the hash map. It's the same thing. But you also need to calculate the hash. So I think pointer should be faster. Hash map. Have I considered writing it in Intercal? No. The difference is that you can ensure a new string is already in the inter strings. Yeah. With an arc, there is no search. I think you can do something like this. You could do like we can do a combined thing. We could do like a hash map from string, you know, from like string into a hash into like an arcster. Probably all we need actually is to have a hash set of arcsters, you know, so so that we find like when we have a new string, we like get from it, and then like we get like, yeah, we basically have the same thing, but we get rid of the hash. Like the hash map is only needed for when we like constructing a new string, you know. Anyway, like I said, we're not going to think about this at all. We don't need it right now. The only thing Kuvi completes is game jams. Eventually one of the things there's going to be like Linksider is going to be completed at some point, right? It's very close. Very close. Okay. So what we're going to have is have a public function parse, right? We're going to parse the source, which is source file. We're going to return like the list of tokens just as a vec. I mean, I can make it yeah, sure. Why not? We're barreling towards the Linksider rewriting kast. One second. Kast cider. Okay, contents string, file name, path buff. Multi-platform support the language that can compile hello world to JavaScript. What's the question here? That's what we're making. I mean, for now, the Okamlu implementation could only compile the hello world into JavaScript, yes. But eventually... Multi-platform support in a language? Oh, you mean like... Yeah, like... I don't know. No. No, we don't think about the Linksider yet in kast. Not yet. Okay. I think what we need is... So where I'm going to like have the parser... something, ask again in a month, yeah. File name, content, file contents string. I mean, I can say source file, just this, and then we will have like the current position, position, struct position, just like before. We have the index, line, the column. Ask again in a month. We'll see what happens in a month. In a month we are probably like going to be playing LD games, or I guess not yet. In a month we are going to stop playing LD games and going back to Linksider or kast, right? Because the Ludum there is happening in 2 weeks, right? In a month, is there a Factorio expansion release? Oh shit, we're going to go into the Factorio after the Ludum there is over? Shit. Oh no, not Factorio, the cast is not going to be done. We have to though, we have to play Factorio. I don't know. Unfortunately. I mean, you know what? I can have the impl iterator where item is a token here, right? And also we're going to have the tokens with the span information too. So we are going to have spend token, right? I think just like before, and token. Span and span start position and position. Okay, so we're just going to do what? Ask the iterator from function, move parser next token, something like this. That's what I'm going to have. Parser function next token and token. What's the problem? Expected a block. Did I not format something properly? Wait, what's the problem? Did I not write Rust for such a long time that I forgot the syntax? Expected a block. If you add EOF token, you don't have to deal with options when parsing. No, I won't have options. I don't know. I mean, in the previous implementation, I did not have the end of file token. Or did I? I mean, technically, I had the, I called it the nothing. So the nothing technically was the end of file token, I guess, in the previous implementation. Extra? Oh yeah, it is the extra. Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, so we need the next token here, right? I'm not separating tokenizer from parser. It's called lexer, okay? It's not called parser, it's called lexer, right? Not tokenizer, lexer. Like what's the function when you like, so like I'm like, this is a function that takes the source file and gives me the list of tokens. It's a tokenizer, right? What does this function should be called? It should be not called parse, should be called lex. That's what you call it then? Okay, sure. Sure. So what I need to do here, I need to be able to pick, right? Which is going to give me optional character. Okay. Name police is watching. I mean, it's good. Naming is good. The good thing about the fact that I switched to Rust is that the language server can actually rename things for me. Like, that's probably the main reason why I rage quitted Haskell, because I cannot rename things. Like, if the name police was watching me doing Haskell, like, you know, and they demanded that I rename something, it would be so much pain. I thought you were gonna say that the naming convention is good. Where? In Haskell? No, it's not. You never use that feature of the language server because of trust issues? You don't trust the language server? Is that what you're saying? I mean, it's not going to like rename everything. If I'm using some like macros, for example, then not everything would be renamed, I guess. But mostly we write normal code without macros, I guess. Current position is just that. Let's see. Self source contents get self current position index. You know, that's what we need here. Wait, what? Tomb star. No. Copied. No. The type stir cannot be indexed. Oh yes, the stirs cannot be indexed. That's true. You know what? It means that I'm even going to I'm going to store the contents as the vec car then, maybe, so that it's easier, you know. That cars pickable. Oh, you can do that. I don't work with Rust strings too much actually. You can do pickable. But like then it's then like the index is not like the index of a character, right? It's the index of the like, it's like a little bit different, you know, than that, because I would not need to like increment the index by 1 when I'm skipping one character, because I'm working with strings. I think I will just work with vectors so that it's easier. We'll see if I want to like, it's characters that allows to pick. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess I can do that, but then, yeah, if I don't need the index. So you're saying that instead of like storing the source file, I would probably like say the file name, which is all that I need, and then like the you know, like remaining content is going to be like the cars, and then we need the pickable, right? Can I if we have the pickable characters, can I like have do I have the ability to pick 2 in advance, or only the first one? I want to be able, I think, to pick 1 and pick 2. Raid and run. Togglebit, yo, hello. Thank you for the raid. Why do I have no audio? Was there audio when you were... Oh, it's because I'm muted, of course. There you go. I almost missed that. Yo, welcome raiders. We are starting a new project right now. I mean, it's not a new project, but I'm running the thing from scratch right now. To pick next, you can clone iterator and call next on it. True. But then, like, if it's the iterator, then it would have like the lifetime. I don't really want. Yeah. You know what? Let's not think about it too much. Let's not think about it too much. Let's continue with what I was doing here. We can like do like correct things later. It doesn't matter. All right, we're making a programming language for everyone who joined through the raid. I'm making a programming language, and we just literally just started. We're going to write the lecture right now. Yeah, it's going to be a simple one. If you want to read more about the language that I'm making, though, we have a small experimental website which shows what's the idea of a language that I'm making. Source file, new file name. Contents. I don't know. You know what? Let's not even have this. Peak. So this is what I want. Then I want to be able to have peak 2, which is going to peak into the second character from the head. So self source contents get self current position index +1. Copy it. Make it work, make it right, make it fast. Yeah. What's the saying? Make it work, then make it fast. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next token. So going to what to do? What first? We need to skip white space. All right. So we say something like while making it in 2 languages before giving up. I sleep, making it slightly optimized. Real shit. Rust better than Haskell, so the IO monad sucks more than the borrow checker. The problem is not the IO monad. The monads are completely fine. In fact, I like monads. Monads are not the problem. The problem is the problems are more like small annoyances of a language, like the language server being completely trash. You know, probably the biggest reason is just the fact that the language server is basically not there, almost. And then like working with records is annoying. You know, everything gets dumped into the global namespace, like all the fields of all the records that you have, all the constructors of all the sum types that you make. Everything is in single one namespace, and like having the name collisions is bad. So like you need to like naming is already the hardest problem in programming, and Haskell makes it even harder because they require you to have every single field of every single type to be differently named. Otherwise it makes your life very hard. You know, LSP works well for you. I mean, it's not okay. I mean, yeah, I can go to the definitions, but I can only go to the definitions in the current package. Go into the definition out to the outside package, it does not work. I cannot even go to the definition in the standard library. Does that work for you? Did I not maybe set it up properly? Does the renaming things work for you? Because renaming things only work in local packages. If anything is being exported, then the Haskell language server literally shows me an error that it's not supported. It does not support renaming things that are being exported. That's literally what the Haskell language server says. Unless you just don't use that feature, I guess, right? You never use renaming. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think you just don't use it because your language server doesn't allow you to do it properly. You'll check the go to the stdlib. Yeah, check it. It's not only the stdlib. I think like anything from the outside package, you can only go to the definitions in the current package that you're working on. I think only that was working. You always name things perfectly the first time. I mean, you are the 10x programmer or something, right? I'm just a normal like person, I guess. I don't know. I'm writing buggy code all the time. I'm having problems naming things, and sometimes I want to like redo things. I want to rename things. Yes. I don't write perfect code first try. Unfortunately, I guess I just need to get more experienced. But I'm not there yet. Skip white space while self current so while self peak peak map or false std character not std character is white space. Self advanced something like that, right? Then we have advanced self position index plus equal 1 match self peak none panic advanced after and the file some character some /n, and then say self current position line plus equal 1 self current position column is 1 some anything else self current position column plus equal 1. Yo, Brainoid, hello. You should write more C++ to truly learn to never make mistakes. True. True. But I think I'm good. I'm okay with doing mistakes. Sometimes. Strangely, it's not working. Shows how much you use the LSP features, lol. Yeah. Strangely, you use it a lot when writing Scala. I guess I'm just used to different ways of working with languages. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, like, but I don't know, like, why would it be different? Scala is also like do you write the Scala code much differently than you write Haskell? Because like they're both functional. Is Scala pure? Or I mean, at least like when you write code, do you write your code in the pure way with like the monads, just like you do in Haskell? I would assume that like you would do the same. Scala has everything. Yeah, but like I would assume that you, yeah, like you write pure functional programming in Haskell. Like you don't use the non-pure stuff. There's OOP Scala and pure FP Scala. Yeah, because like it's built on top of the Java, right? You can do everything just like if you were writing normal Java. Actor Scala, Python Scala, all Scala. All right. Okay, so we'll do the next token. I'm going to match on the peak, right? That's what I'm going to do. If it's none, I mean, peak is self peak question mark, and then we just we will return something for fact. If the peak is not nothing, then I will return something. By the way, one of the other tokens that I forgot about is the comment, right? Okay. Okay, is kast done yet? It's been 30 minutes already? No. You see, I'm slow. I'm going to let's see. Like the way I did it in Haskell actually is we had like something like you know, like read comment, read comment, read string, read identifier, read number, and there is also like the read punctuation, and like we need one of those to succeed basically. Right? So let's see. I will have function which is be called a read comment. It is going to be a function which takes the well, I mean, I don't pick even here, then I guess. Hold on. So like every single one of these functions is going to be something like this, which is going to return optional token. You know? Right? Read string, read identifier, read number, and read punctuation. So yeah. Self and self. Morishana, hello there. So yeah, I'm going to like go through these functions, right? And I'm going to find the first one that is going to return the sum, right? And that's it, basically. So token is this, right? And then I'm going to do token map token. So and then I will attach like the span information after I have successfully parsed a token. You know, so over here we need to figure out what the span is, right? And that should work now. Well, I guess I will say something like if token is none, and if token is none, if let's some a character is the peak, then it means that we still have a character that we have not reached the end of file, but I could not parse a new token there. In this case, I will like do something like unexpected character C, I guess, something like that. Okay, now let's see over here. So read comment only works if peak is equal if self peak is not equal to the hashtag, because that's how we start the comments, then I just return none. Right? Otherwise, I skip the this character. Function skip character. If we expect this character, then I need, right? So if peak is not equal to some expected, match self peak, panic, expected, expected. Got in the file. If it was some character, some actual character, if actual is equal to the expected, then we do nothing. If it was some actual, otherwise we panic with saying expected, got actual, something like that. Should I work with the results immediately instead of panicking? I guess that's what it's going to be like. Were I not writing this in OCaml? Yeah, I was. But I'm no longer willing to write OCaml. And I was trying for a couple of days to rewrite it in Haskell too. Haskell is apparently even more annoying than OCaml. So yeah. I don't know. Let's do the result, because I will want to like report the errors. I will want to like say where or on which position it happens. So like I guess I will do the result. Let's see, pub type result t is std result t error struct struct error. We're just going to have string inside there for now. What paradigm is kast going to be? Yes. I mean, yeah. The answer is yes. We won't have like the absolute abomination of a language which has absolutely everything in it. We won't have functional programming. We want to have like procedural programming. We want to have like potentially even object-oriented programming. I'm not really against that idea, I guess. Founder paradigm confirmed. Pure functional actor logic-oriented programming. I think what I would call it is something like context-aware programming, which is, you know, when you, yeah, something like that is what I would call it. Like you would write your functions. They are not pure. They are going to be effectful functions, but you're going to like annotate your functions with what actually is going to happen, similarly to how in Haskell you have like the IO monad. If you can do IO, then you will have the annotation in a type of a function. It's just going to be a little bit less annoying to write than like than working with monads directly. Kind of the effect system, yeah. But I will not call them effects, you know? I'm going to call it context-aware programming, because your functions are going to be aware of the context that they need to be ran in. You know? Capability-based, yeah, similar thing, yeah. Like effect systems, capability systems, right? This context system is basically like the same thing, kind of. The shoot yourself in the head paradigm. No, that's the Haskell paradigm, right? No. Sounds a lot what Scala is getting. Yeah, like maybe I actually should start looking into Haskell, but like I don't know. I'm like I don't want, like I have been trying OCaml and Haskell in this last like 2 weeks of working on this language. I feel like I don't want to try anymore right now. Maybe I will just like read about it off stream a little bit or something. But yeah, I like for some reason once I started with this project, I heard a lot of good things about Scala. Yes. If a function wants to read from the file system, it will have to have that capability. Yeah, exactly. So like if you have a function read from fs, so like very similarly to Rust, it will like in addition to like having the some result type, you will say like with like access to file system. Something like this is what is going to work, is what is going to look like, you know. And it's like implicit arguments, effect systems, capability objects, all of those things. Okay, so over here, right? Over here, let's see, error. How about I then make this to be a macro? Error, fdt, right? And then I will just say something like return error format f, something like this, you know. This should work, right? So that I can like format my errors and then they're going to be like returned. I can do it without the return, so that the return is going to be explicit, because I had some problems with that before, you know. So I can like return the error here explicitly, you know, instead of panics basically. In Scala, they will be implicitly defined. I am excited for it when it is released. Currently only in experimental features. So def read using file system. Yeah. Yeah, I thought this is already in the language though. Are you or are you saying that like so they have this feature in the language, like using this defines the implicit arguments to the function, right? I think this is already in the language. So you're saying that they don't have like a library that makes use of that feature, right? Properly. So is that what you're saying? So like they have implemented the feature, but if you currently use the file system, it's just like the effect that's not seen in the type signature at all right now. Is that so? Experimental CC, capture checking. Capture checking is a research project that modifies the Scala type system to track references to capabilities. Oh, you mean like it's going to be inferred, right? They will be implicitly defined. Yeah. So like right now you need to like is that what you're saying? Like this using you don't need to write it out anymore, right? Right now you have to write it, but you will no longer have to write because it will be inferred, just like all the other types can be inferred, right? Yeah, that's the same thing that I'm planning to do, I guess. Capabilities and capturing systems, so that basically the capabilities of a function is like the union of all the capabilities that you use in the function that you call from the body of the function that you are writing. That's basically it. This is too much to read right now, but that's what I'm assuming it is about. So yeah. In this case, I just return OK. And I guess if this is just a match, then I just like this is the thing that I return. There we go. Panic. Let's remove all the panics. Next token, a result option. So this is going to be not panic. This is going to be like return error, right? And then this is going to be like OK. Panic. Advance, result, nothing. This is going to be return error. This is going to be okay. Is just going to be this or significant one space? No, significance white space is another very annoying thing. It's like one more thing of why Haskell is so annoying. It's not the monads. It's all those small things in Haskell that make it an annoying language. Monads are completely fine. Because you can escape scopes. For example, you can read from a closed resource without the compiler complaining, as long as it is in the same scope as the lifetime of that capability is not tracked. Do they have the lifetimes in Scala? You say capabilities will add lifetimes to that, but like, so Scala is getting borrow checker, but only for capability objects. Is that so? Yeah, because like I understand that you can like make this like implicit arguments escape the function. It makes sense, yes. So yeah, I plan to do it with a borrow checker, but like we will have it's not only for the capabilities part, but for everything else, just like similarly to in Rust, a little bit differently, but kind of similarly. It's going to be a long time before I actually implement the borrow checker, though. Read comment. So all of these are going to be actually results, right? Too, because of that. Two. This is where Rust is a little bit annoying, because do you have in Scala? Because like you basically have like the effect system, kind of, right? Do you like do you return results from your functions, or do you have the throwing effect? Having a result type is nice, but sometimes it is annoying, and I want to have like the throwing signature, like checked exceptions of Java. One thing about an effect system is wanting debug prints. Maybe they hit that problem and have the solution like specific debug IO separate to the rest. Yes, that's how I plan to do it. Like the debug effect is not IO effect. IO is like too much. IO is like a lot of things. IO is access to the file system, access to like the network. We want like scoped things. Opinions differ, like cats effect IO use monad error and combinators for error handling. Like, you mean opinions differ on like the Scala users? What you do? Do you return a result, or do you use the error monad? Right? Okay. Typed errors. I mean, both of these options are typed, right? Because you cannot forget to like handle the error anyway, right? Unless the there's probably like a third mechanism, since it's based on Java. You probably also have like the normal exceptions, which you can forget to catch, but that's something that we don't want to have. Like panics in Rust, for example, is another example of that. So like over here, the reason it's annoying is because I can no longer do the find map, because this function over here can return an error, right? So because this can return an error, in case one of these things returns an error, I want to return an error from this function altogether, right? So how would I do this? How would I do this? I guess the way I'm doing is I'm going to transpose this, which is going to give me an optional result instead of result of an option, right? Transpose a result of an option into an option of a result, and then after I'm finding and mapping this here, is going to give me an optional result. If I have an error will be mapped to some error. Yes, okay, that's exactly what I want. So then I say that if how will I do memory management? RAI as in Rust, or something more like Zig or C? RAI, yes. But that's far in the future. Like this, the initial implementation is going to almost like be garbage collected. Because that's simpler for starters. But I do plan to have RAI, yes. Token. So now I have this thing, which is an optional result, and I want to return and I want to convert this into an option token. And if in case if it is some error, then I want to like return this error from my function. Can I do that? Or do I need to like probably transpose it again, right? Yeah, I think after that, so like I'm transposing this inside, and then I need to like transpose it outside, and then I do question mark. There you go. This is what I need. So like this is what makes the typed errors a little bit annoying. Otherwise, like with an effect system, it would be easier. But whatever. It's okay. All right. So here we go. We do this. I skip the character that, and then read while character is not the /n question mark, okay, and then token comment contents is this. That's what I want. We also have the raw, including the hashtag, I guess. Let's try the read while function. Read while self this actually is, by the way, wrong over here. I don't just return okay. I forgot that I needed to advance here, right? Read while f impl fn from character into bool. This is going to give me a string as a result. That mode result string new. I will return the result in the end. While self peak map or false f. You really like using parser combinators for writing parsers? I wonder what the performance difference would be. I never tried parser combinators. Like I was saying before, I want to write this as much from like scratch as possible, because eventually I will need to write it in my own language anyway, right? I don't know. Maybe like looking at the parser combinators would be like useful anyway. Like yeah, researching how other people do things. Result push self peak grab. I don't know. Let's do this while that's some C self peak. If FC, then this, otherwise break. Maybe I do this instead. Result self advance. What you did in Haskell is essentially parser combinator, as you understand. Is it? Like, because I'm writing basically the same code here. Am I writing parser combinator here? I don't know. It doesn't like. What is the kind of parser combinator anyway? I don't think like I wouldn't call this any combinator at all, right? Is it because in Haskell I did it in like the monad, which like basically treating this code as a value so that I can like work with it as with values. Composable parser things, aka monads. Yeah, but like I was not thinking about that. I was just writing the code just like I'm writing right now. I don't know. Comment raw. So I need to like know what the raw is here. Kind of want to have the same thing as I had in Haskell. I would like start the recording here. You know, let raw is this, raw is self stop recording, something like that. What I want, you know. Function start recording. Parser combinators doesn't say anything about the implementation. It's more of an API. Rust is better. Yes. What does Rust is more than Haskell mean? It's better. Proct recording token. Something like that. Recordings. Schmap. Schmap. 4. Rust is redirected into Haskell. Maybe it refers to the cargo 1 terabyte of dependency on the C drive. I think when I was like downloading the Haskell, like the Haskell also is downloading a lot of things. But I guess Rust does use more disk space. For now, I just use 6 kilobytes though. But I did not even add a single dependency yet. Yeah. It's going to grow. For sure. Zero dependency compiler. I will add dependencies. I will add dependencies. I'm pretty sure. Like to make because we are going to have like the REPL, right? To make that look nicer, I will use some dependencies, I guess. Wrapping the expression is sum. Yes, sure. We'll wrap it in sum. Okay, nice. Everything compiles. Let's go next. So read string. Wait, hold on. I did not implement the recordings properly. So like the recordings is a way to like yeah, so that I just don't need to build it manually. Easier. The only thing that I need to do is in the advanced function over here, since I am doing the thing, right? I'm going to do something like to do some C over here if C is equal to /n. Then I'm doing this over here. I'll say else. I'm doing that, and I will also say that for recording in self-recordings values mute recording push this C. Like everything that I'm trying to record is going to get that character that I'm going over. Self-advanced question mark. All right, let's now read a string. Read a string. I'm going to I am going to well, I guess this is not true. What is not true? It is not true then that what? Um so the string is going to have like the type, right? It's either like single quoted or double quoted. For now, I'm going to do this. So string type, single quoted, string type, double quoted, type, self read string of this type. Transpose question mark, transpose we do the same with find map, we do question mark, right? Like that, right? Read string of type, string type, result option. And it says from Rust to Haskell, or Rust is better than Haskell. I think it was, if it was saying Rust to Haskell, then it would be an arrow. So like an additional character like this, right? Like Rust Haskell, like this would be Rust into Haskell. But this means Rust is better than Haskell, right? So yeah, it says that Rust is better. Do you not agree? What's the problem here? Incompatible types cannot convert from result to the option. Result find map. Oh yeah, because I need to transpose here again. Right. There you go. You hate Rust, but on the other hand, everything is better than Haskell. Yeah. All right. Sure. Why do you hate Rust? What do you use? What is your go-to language? Is it Go then? If you hate Rust, then usually, I guess people who hate Rust, they used one of the two languages, either Go or it is C++, right? Golang, Python, JavaScript. There you go. Golang mentioned. All right, nice. I mean, I hate all of those languages that you use. So yeah, we are even, I guess. You hate my language, I hate your languages, right? It's okay, it's okay. Zig and Odin seem interesting. Yeah, I tried Zig too. Zig is okay language, but it's like the features that are in Zig are pretty good, but Zig is a language that is lacking a million of features, so the language is still pretty bad. Those things that they have implemented in Zig though are pretty good. I agree with that. If the features that they have in Zig are enough for you, then Zig is a good language, but they are not enough for me. But yeah, what they have is implemented pretty well, I would say. C3 is better than Zig. I see not much difference between those. I guess, I mean, Zig is something that I actually tried. C3 I did not try. I just read about it very, very briefly. Quote character is match type. Single quoted, and then I do that. Shit. This is that. Self. Peak is not the expected character. Then we return none. Otherwise, we are going to skip the quote character, and then I'm going to I'm going to read while. Let's have content is there's an argument that you should use Go for internet-heavy tasks and C++ for performance and keep them separate, I guess. I mean, if the only two choices that you have of programming languages to use are C++ and Go, then I guess I would separate the tasks this way specifically. Yes, I agree with that. But there are other languages than C++ and Go which are better for both performance and internet things, like Rust. Right? Rust is good for everything. I guess it's Rust is not good for everything. One thing that Rust is not very good at is for teaching new programmers. I think it's not very good for that. But I might be wrong because, like, yeah, it's a complex language, yes. So yeah, it may overwhelm someone so that they start hating it because they cannot get anything useful done quickly in the beginning. Stop agreeing with the streamers or everything. God, I hate Rust. Not everyone is agreeing with me, right? Not everyone. There is a lot of people who come to the stream who hate Rust and who use Go or C++ instead. Too hype, too hard to read, honestly. Rust? I think Go is too hype. Go is the definition of hype. Go is like, yeah. That's the definition of hype. I don't think Rust is hyped. A lot of people hate Rust. The readable argument is subjective. It's not readable to you because you have not spent time to learn to read it. If you like, do you expect to be able to read a language when you see it for the first time? If that's your expectation, then I guess the language is not for you. But I don't know. Even then, I think most of the Rust is really readable, even when you're just getting started. If you go into any niche, you can find a language that does it better than Rust. What niche? What is the niche that is done better? I mean, I don't know. Better is also something that is subjective, I think. So yeah, like even saying that Rust is better than Haskell, like I'm saying, it is like it's subjective. There are things that Haskell does better than Rust. There are things. It's just yeah. Is it KAST or KZT? Why would it be KZT if it's spelled with an S? My view is that the borrow checker is a compromise. How to make a language as fast as C but internet safe? Trade-off that is less productive than GC's languages for internet things. I think it's a trade-off for learning. Like, I don't think it's actually stopping you from being productive when you are good enough at Rust. It's a skill issue that that requires a little bit of learning. That's what the borrow checker is introducing into the language, which is why it is a compromise for you if you are a newbie in Rust. I think that's the case. Although, like, I mean, technically, borrow checker can be improved and accept more code. So yeah, sometimes it can feel like an issue, but like in most cases, it helps. Like I don't know what is the internet thing. What is this internet thing anyway? Like borrow checker is helping with a lot of things. It's not only about the speed to me. I'm not using Rust for its speed. I'm using Rust because it's making me write less bugs. And like borrow checker is not only about the memory safety to me. It's about catching the bugs that are not only the memory safety bugs. Like, for example, over here, look at this API, right? We have the recording token, which allows me to record some strings as I'm, like, parsing my file, right? This is a thing which does not, this is not just an integer. This is a new type over the integer, which does not implement copy and clone, so that I can, like, if I'm using, if I get this token by starting recording and then I'm stopping to record, right? I cannot, on accident, use this API by like stopping the recording with the same token twice, because we have the borrow checker here. I guarantee that this unwrap here is never going to panic because of the ownership semantics in Rust. This is not only about the memory safety. In this case, It's about like it's very similar to like the memory, but I like in this case, instead of like raw memory access, I'm accessing a hash map, and I'm guaranteeing that the thing is in the hash map, basically. That's paranoid. I don't know. What is paranoid? Like all like I don't know, anything that can help me to write less bugs is good, because like I don't know. It's the same as saying that like writing tests for your program is paranoid. Why do you even write tests? Like when you write your programs, do you write tests? Isn't that paranoid? Until Rust came along, for certain domains, you could pretty much only use C and C++. Yeah, before Rust, I think that there was indeed like a thing where like you had to choose C++ if you wanted to go for certain things. Yes, and if you did not like need the speed, then you would choose something else. Today, I think I would choose Rust for literally anything. The only like I don't know, like I mean I guess maybe like if we talk about like language plus the ecosystem of libraries, there may be like the libraries are more mature in other languages, and for that reason you would choose another language. But as a language, it's better than every single other language. That's a fact. Nobody write tests for everything, and you can still have bugs with 100% coverage. Yes. Nobody's saying that I'm not going to have bugs because I'm using Rust, because borrow checker, once again, it's not covering all the bugs in existence, but it is covering a lot of bugs. A lot of the common bugs are being caught by the borrow checker. It's not only about memory safety. It's more than that. It's not testing for everything, but it is replacing some of the tests that you would have otherwise. It's making sure that like some of the bugs are literally impossible. Not all of them, but a lot more than in other programming languages. While let some C is self-peak. If C is equal to the quote character, then break. Otherwise, if C is equal to that, I see your point, just not a language who has to use many. Rust is full-time job. You could certainly say Rust is a very good choice if you want to stick to one language. Rust is full-time job. Isn't any language a full-time job? Not sure what you mean by that. You mean like I guess what you mean is that learning Rust takes a lot of time, which makes it feel like you like, I mean, it's a full-time job learning Rust, right? But I don't know. It's the same, like, do you think that going to a university to learn programming makes sense, or does a programming like, or like I don't know, should you only use a programming language that can be used by a 5-year-old, like a Python? Is this the only language then that is possible, that is usable? Then I don't know. Hot take: Rust can replace every language except JavaScript. Why can it not replace JavaScript? Wait, what? Why can it not replace JavaScript? Mm, mm, mm. Error does not implement the debug. You don't improve JavaScript haters? Maths languages are designed to people who are scientists first, programmers second, part-time. For example, for a small one-type script, I would use Python or Clojure. Well, depends on the smallness. For some scripts, I would probably use Rust. I mean, it also like I think for small scripts, especially like one-time scripts, what you want to use is the thing that you know. So it doesn't like I think language doesn't really matter there. You can like if you know Rust, you can do these one-time scripts in Rust too. And depending on how small it is, I would probably like I would skip the Python and like it's either Bash or Rust. I think if it's small enough, you just write it in Bash directly. I approve the PHP haters. For chaining some commands and looping them over a directory of files, I would use Bash. The moment Rust gets a REPL, I'm using it for scripting. There is already like isn't cargo script merged? There is the RFC for Rust, the 3424. This is the feature for Rust, which is called cargo script literally. So you can use it for writing scripts in Rust. You do a shebang with a REST, with a cargo, right? So that this script is going to be executed with Rust. If it's a script that is going to be used more than one time, I think I would go for that rather than writing like Bash or Python anyway. Is it merged yet or not? Tracking issue. Like I know that the RFC has been merged, so this is going to be implemented in Rust. The tracking issue is still open, so I guess it's not there yet. There is like there's like standalone tools that do this that you need to install, but eventually this is going to be like a built-in feature, basically. So this next character, I'm going to match. If it's none, then I'm going to return her. Expected escaped character. Got the file. It was some C. Then I guess over here we are going to like match on it, right? It's n, and it's a /n. Contents push this thing, I guess, is what I want here. If it's not a backslash, then we just do contents push the directly, I guess. We advanced in any case, I guess. So this is the escaped characters. If it's n, that's /n. If it is r, then it is /r. If it is t, then it is /t. If it's x, then I'm going to if it's anything else, return error. Unexpected character after a backslash, string there. I'm writing in other languages, but Rust is so good. Now you're confused. No, Rust is not the Rust is just the best of the existing languages. It's not but in theory, a better language can be, and Rust is also evolving and becoming a better language over time. But yeah, Rust also has a lot of issues. When it comes to async, I don't think async is Rust too big of an Rust is in Rust async like makes sense to me, but like yeah, it's not like using it sometimes is hard. I agree with that. I agree. So over here I'm going to read 2 digits after the X, right? Self next character. That digit 1 is next character. Okay, or also when a function can panic but you don't know. Yeah, and next step for every language is self-host itself, so who cares if it was originally written on Haskell or Rust? Yeah, but like the initial implementation still needs to happen, right? That's what I was thinking. Like, if Haskell was not that annoying, I would stick with Haskell. Yeah. Also, we have a current implementation written in Camel, which is in terms of annoyances somewhere in between Rust and Haskell. So I could technically continue with my implementation in OCaml, but I think it's not going to take too long for me to re-implement what I had in OCaml here. Let me see. Empty. Okay, or this is just giving me an error, right? Yeah, next character or hold on, let's do this. Read digit self, I guess. I mean, I can capture self here. Read digit is. You refuse to focus on a GC language similar to how people refuse to use automatic transmission car, but you do use Python for small utilities. Yes, but GC still is an option, that, like some people think about it the other way, right? Because like they don't want to have like the borrow checker and everything, and I think this also should be like an option. And I think like in a language like Rust, it can still be implemented as a library, which allows it to be relatively easily used. Rust is missing a couple of features for that, even for like reference counting, right? This is what one of the recent posts were about the claiming auto and otherwise. So like this is a feature where, like, you know, you do a lot of clones, right? If you do a reference counted, or if you had like a garbage collector implemented as a library, you would need to do like the clone on every single reference, and this is like very annoying, very verbose, right? So what is being proposed is like having the third trait in addition to copy and clone, which is claim, which is implicit, but with having like the constructors, like similarly to like copy constructors in C++, basically. But copy constructors in C++ are used for like everything, but yeah, like it's like for specific things, kind of. Which one is safe, auto or manual ones? I'm just curious. The transmission on the cars? I don't know. I don't have a car. No idea. Match self read which character? All right. If it is some C, then then if char digit char to digits converts a character to a digit with the given radix. Yes, so this is what I want. I want char to digit with the radix being 16, right? That's what we want. So like C to digit 16, right? This gives me an option, I think. Right? So I'm going to match this, I guess. If it is some digits, then we return the digit. Otherwise, and I guess I do okay digit. If it is none, then I return error. Auto is productive, manual is performant. But like, isn't the auto is productive, manual is performant is like an implementation issue? Like manual is only more perform, like similarly to how like before Rust, C++ was basically like the performant one, even though it was a manual one, right? And like Python is productive because it's an automatic. Is it the same thing? Because no one did a good implementation of the automatic one yet. Are they actually like not performant, the auto ones? I have no idea. Error expected a hex digit got C. All right, and over here I say none, then we return error expected a hex digit got and So over here I do a question mark, and then we say digit 2 is read a digit question mark, and then we say that the character that I get as a result is character from U32 unchecked, from U32 checked. Converts a U32 to a car. Know that all cars are valid U32s and can be cast with that. However, the reverse is not true. Not all valid U32s are valid cars. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So we do this. From U32 digit 1 times 16 plus digit 2, right? okay, or error dum, 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 dum. Char code, right? Char code is this. Something like char code is not valid is not valid character code, right? That's what I say, and then I do a question mark here. There's a method next car. Oh, it's called next car, not read car, sure. I think it's a fundamental trade-off, but I haven't kept up with the car tech. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was it like the differences between languages were also seen as a fundamental trade-off. It is either speed, in which case you choose C++, or you want like productivity, in which case you use one of the managed languages, right? But that I think is no longer the case, and the same could be about the cars. Although I guess not everyone agrees that Rust is productive. All right, this is me reading strings. Did I handle all the things? I guess not all, but it should be enough. I think it should be enough. Also, I guess I can. Actually, I think if we see anything else, then like any expected character is just getting like there as is, you know. Other a backslash, like we can escape any single character, then it's just getting there as is. No. Some other. Well, I guess C, then we just do C, and if it's none, then return error. Unexpected add a file after this in string. Literal, right? Something like that. In Rust, it kind of helps you to understand how is it handling the GC instead of not knowing any idea like other languages. But like if you actually program in other languages, I think understanding the GC is actually like something that you do. No? Like you need to understand how your GC works in order to like make your program better anyway. Oh, it's unreachable pattern anyway. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this was the string. Next, I'm going to read an identifier. An identifier, I can, like, one of the identifiers is a row identifier, right? So let's match self peak. If it is an @ symbol, this is what I use for row identifiers. In this case, we do self advance, and then I read a string after I see this, you know. So let string token be self read string unwrap. No, not unwrap. Question mark. Let's sum string token. Sum token string with contents being the name of this identifier to be this. Otherwise, we return error. expected a string token for this for raw identifier. Why unwrap the advance if not assigning to a variable? Because like advance, the only reason advance can fail is if I'm trying to advance after the end of file, but I have already checked that the next character is existing, so like I'm literally just skipping this character here. I mean, I can like handle this error and rethrow it, but this error is never happening anyway. So in case this panics, this is a programmer error. Here. Identifier, this name. So identifiers is raw boolean name string raw. This is like raw token, I guess. That I want to have. Let raw is self start recording. So raw I'll stop recording and is raw is true. And so this is how we read the raw identifier, right? And then okay, some and then over here, if it's character, which is the start of the identifier, right? So if is alphabetic, if it's alphabetic or it is an underscore, if it's an alphabetic or it's an underscore, then we can start reading the non-raw identifier. You know, right? Let's see. So we'll do I will return okay some token identifier here. Is raw is going to be false. Name and raw are going to be the same thing in this case. The Rinks, hello, how are you doing?
Sup, Koovy?
Squiggly rings.
Pum 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 pum. This
Have a hello.
at so we'll do some sort of a while. While let c is self peak. At moot name as string new. Right over here, we say that I'm going to pum 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 pum. Alas JLVV. Hello there. How are you doing? Had to unlurk for hello rings. All right, the Ludum there is in 2 weeks. Rings. Are you still not with a team? Did we still not make the huge team? Because we cannot agree on whether we should underscope or overscope. So over here, I want to so character should be like is alphanumeric, right? That's what I want. Alphanumeric, or if it is underscore, then it's going to be part of identifier. And also, we want to support the kebab case, right? We also want to support the kebab case, which means like the dash here. But the dash should only be there if is I don't know, let's call it is good. Is good. Is that, you know, what's a good name for this? They haven't said anything, and one of the usuals definitely cannot participate this time. All right. You just understood why is it called kebab case? Yeah, kebab case. The only thing that we don't want, because like I write the like negative x, for example, for negating, right? Or we want to support maybe potentially like the minus minus or like plus plus, right? Like C++. Do we want to support that? So in this case, the dash is not part of the identifier, but like an operator afterwards, right? So I only want this to be inside, like the good characters, you know? That's what I mean. So if I see a dash, then in this case, the next character. This is why I wanted the pick too. The next character should also be the good character. You know, like only in this case I'm going to do that. You know, and say name push the. Otherwise we just break here. Support plus plus operator, but not after character C, because that is free branding for a competitor language. I don't think C++ is a competitor. If someone is using C++, they are not looking at any other languages at all. They right? Like similar to us, the Rust people, like both the C++ people and the Rust people, they like they are like the fanatics. They that only use their language and hate everything else, right? Hello, Davey. All right, I'm assuming that I have written that correctly. Read number. Read number. I'm going to say that if self peak is peak, okay. If okay, self peak. No. What? Yeah, hold on. I cannot do the peak with a question mark, right? Because okay, so over in this case, I want to return okay none, but this does not work with a question mark anymore. If I was panicking before, then I could use the question mark. Now I can no longer do this. So we just do what? Just do okay or error. Okay or. Wait, no. In case of a none, I want to still have. The thing, right? Question mark will only return me the thing. I cannot even use the question mark here, right? Let's match peaked. Peaked is match self peak. If it was some C, then it's C. Otherwise, if it's none, then I return okay, none. That's what I want. Is he talking to himself? He's not complaining about Rust. No. Like, yeah, like there are annoyances like this in Rust, and that's what I'm saying. I think these things, they were not as annoying to me before I learned about the existence of the effect systems. Like, you know, when I read about the Coca language, this is where it all started. This is where I started actually hating Rust. Before that, I was fine with this being a little bit verbose. Okay, so we want to see if this is a digit of the 10 radix. Only then we can start having this being parsed as a digit. You know? I mean, which means that I say that if it's not, in this case, I will also return okay, none. Right? And then after the first one is a digit, after that we just read a bunch of digits, right? Self read while character is digit 10. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the hex digits for now. It's okay. Read while result string that raw is this return okay some token number and I just have the raw thing here. I'm not parsing it yet. Here, read punctuation or dots commas. What do you mean dots commas? You don't like having these dots and commas around? I think dots and commas, they don't like these things, they don't matter. The reason they are there is because this language is not like white space significant. Like so yeah, in my language it's going to be probably like very similar. Because I want to not think about formatting of my code. It should be done automatically. Ints only underscore. Yeah. I guess you're right. If it should be a digit. It should be a digit. There should be a dot possible, right? So scene dot is false. So if it is digit, or if it is a dot and I have not seen a dot and not std mem replace scene dot with true, you know, if I have not seen it before, or c is underscore. There you go. There you go. Read number might be other things besides digits. Yes, thank you. I forgot about this. But there's also like the 0x, for example, for hex digits, right? That I could handle here. And similar. This is good enough though for me right now. Read punctuation. So punctuation also, my implementation was really simple before. There's only two things. There is the single punctuation characters, which were just the brackets, I think, for me before. I will most likely change the implementation here, but if I can find the C here, I guess I can just do the contains, right? Contains the C, right? Like these are treated as singular ones. Otherwise, is punctuation is the characters which are not alphanumeric. Or underscores, or underscore number dot, what else do we want? Like the quotes, I guess, right? Is another thing. And that's it. Everything else is punctuation. Doesn't Rust have something for parsing numbers? Why do I have something to write on my own? Because I'm not making Rust, right? I mean, I'm not parsing numbers. I'm going to convert this raw value into a number after I have parsed the token. I'm parsing. I'm not like converting this into a value yet here. I'm just parsing a token, right? Let's match self peak. If it's none, then I will return okay, none. If it is some C, if is single punctuation C, in this case, you're lost. What do you mean you're lost? You know what a lexer is when you're making a language? It's like I want to split my source code, which is just a string, into a sequence of these tokens. Like the let is punctuation, the bracket, the arrow, this arrow here, right? The string token, the everything. This is what I'm doing right now. Some see if is punctuation C. Well, I guess we'll say if it is punctuation. Otherwise, here return none. Right. And then I just say that if it is single punctuation, then I return this. Otherwise, something else. And do something like self-read while it is punctuation and it is not single punctuation. Something like this, maybe. Okay. Type annotations needed. C is a character. Use of moved value name. I'm going to clone it here. Something is never used. All right, so here we go. Right now, I'm not doing anything, right? But we are going to do what? I'm going to std io read. No. Std io std in. I guess std in. Lock. Read to end. Read to string. S that S new rep pickorly. Lexer lex source file and s characters select. Quisty, hello. File name is in tokens list of spend tokens. Select and result and lexer error. Oh, I'm using the Haskell syntax here now. I literally forgot how to write Rust. Tokens, dbg. Derive debug. Derive debug. Copy, clone, partial, hash. Do that for the position too. Token, derive debug. Clone, I guess. String type. Still no luck getting better with split keyboard. Oh, is that why Quistis is always having a lot of typos? Because are you using a split keyboard and like you are new to split keyboards? I never tried a split keyboard myself. Let's see. Just run. Just run. Let's see. Hello world. Not yet implemented. Okay, I forgot somewhere like let's see, a to-do. We have literally the one to do, right? This span. Okay, because I need to like remember the starting position and then the ending position, right? So start position. So start position is self current position. This one is copyable, right? Yeah, it is. Like it should be. And then the end is current position after I have parsed it. So the span So the span is the thing where start and is this, and the file name is self file name. Don't, I guess. There you go. Wait. Span should have the file name. That's buff. Sure. Which means that it's gonna no longer be copied. It's okay. Self source file name. His arrow keys are in the middle. My arrow keys are also in the middle because I'm using Vim right now. We use HJKL instead of arrow keys. Is that the reason why the arrow keys are in the middle in the split keyboards? So you don't need to like use this weird HJKL stuff. You use actual arrows instead. Your restart unhappy with you when you got a split keyboard and you cannot still write a line of code without 10 typos? Are you also, did you also like get a split keyboard? You're in the challenge for 30 mode days and you can tell it's not you're not improving. It's like drummer brain should kick in, but sadly I'm not a drummer. The arrow keys in the middle is strictly just your friend's thing, because he customized where each key went. Oh, okay. Right. No more to-dos, I think. Let's see. Hello world. So there you go. This is what we have parsed our hello world into. Let's see. So we have a row identifier hello. Then we have the punctuation, comma, and then a space. Okay. A space is not a thing that we should get, you know, in the punctuation. Read punctuation. So is punctuation or C is white space. If it's white space, is also not punctuation. There you go. Just run. Hello world. Okay. Once again, what we get is hello. Starting at line 1 column 1, ending at line 1 column 6. The end is exclusive. Then we have a comma, punctuation. Then we have a world, and then we have an exclamation mark. All right. Let's. I think I'm assuming that the span information is correct here. So let's do tokens unwrap into iterator map spend token. I just want to the spend token itself. I don't really care about the span information here. Collect, and I'm going to collect it back into a vec. You know, something like this. Hello world. There you go. So we just have a hello comma world and exclamation mark, right? Then we can do like so like this is kebab case, by the way. This is supposed to be a single identifier, right? What else? Like then we also can have like we will like something like this. This is a raw identifier, right? And then std print before that, right? So we have std, we have the dot, we have the print, and then we have the raw identifier, like that. What else? We also want to so when I'm doing a string, I can have like an escape /n and like /x30, right? That is 30 is a 0. Yeah, there you go. And then we have also the numbers, right? So like 123.56 _ 78 this. This is going to be 2 integers with a dot in between, because only 1 dot is allowed in a singular token, right? Is this okay? I think this is like good enough for now as a lexer. A lexer is good enough, I think. What happens if I have an error, right? The only errors in the lexer is when I don't close a string, I think. Unclosed string, right? In this case, I will say that it is unclosed string. which actually is completely incorrect. So why did I not panic here? Why did I not panic? Did I close it? Wait, hold on. Did I close it? I closed it on accident. I need to not close it. There you go. So we expected the thing, but we got end of file. There you go. And when we have an error like this, so we don't know where it happened, I want to attach the position, you know? So so similarly to how I am attaching a span, after I read the token, I will attach more information to the error somewhere. So when I'm doing the function lex, right? This function, yeah. I guess it's the next token, right? It is the next token. Let's have two errors, right? This is the error error message, you know. This is error message, and then we'll have the actual error, which is going to have the message string, and which will have like the position, you know, file name. Sure, let's just have all of these things here, you know. Just have all of these here. ZZ with animation. I have animations for everything. Control D, Control U, everything is animated because I'm using the neovide. Even this, like the NVM tree is animated. Use struct literal syntax instead. What do you mean? Oh, because it's an error, right? Yeah. In this case, I say error message. Right? Yeah. There you go. Yes. So the next token is the one that is going to return a result of this an actual error instead of just the error message, because I'm going to attach that thing there. Result T E is error message, result T E, like this. The type structure contain error message due to the type of the argument passed. Mismatch types, expect error, found error message. Where? I guess in the next token, yes. Let's see that like I guess we just do, let's see the next token impl, but the next token, so this one is not doing the error. Next token, this one is doing the spend token with the error. So we do next token impl match. Okay, result. Okay. Okay, result. Error. Error message. Message. In this case, we return error with other things attached here. We have the message. File name is self file name. Self source file name. phone, and position is self current position, right? Haskell dream is over, Sage. Are the F done? Yeah. The problem was not the Fs. The problem was not the monads. If you were not there yesterday, I was just annoyed by the small things of Haskell, the records, the language server, and yeah, that sums it up, I guess. Okay, just run and closed. So in this case, as you can see, the problem is I think Rust is a little bit weird. Why does it say source main 1410 sicked add? This is supposed to say panicked add. It's a little weird here. What happened actually? Is there some race condition? My program is single-threaded. I don't know. I don't know why is this done like that. What about lazy git? Still works. Anyway, so we have a message expected this, got end of file, and this is the position to line 2, column 1, because this is where the end of file happened, right? Okay, good enough for now. Lexer. NeoVim problem like always. So far, NeoVim is working pretty well for me, except for this little thing. Do you think it's a NeoVim problem? Let's try doing this in a normal. What if I just run it again, though? What if I just run it again? Like you see, now it says colon H red. Yeah, I mean, something is happening here. I'm also like running my program through the RL wrap. Maybe that does something, potentially. Projects, kast. Just run. Unclosed. Like, it's not a NeoVim problem. You see that it's a problem over here, too. What if I do a cargo run instead of just run? Because that does not do it in the through the RL wrap. I think it's the RL wrap problem. It is. That's what it looks like. Because it's not a problem if I am not running through the RL wrap. So what just run actually does? What just run actually does when I'm running, I'm doing the RL wrap cargo run, right? And that's the only difference. That's the only difference. The RL wrap allows me to press up and down to autocomplete to like the previously parsed to the previous thing that I gave to the program. Why would it be the thing? It's because this is on the std error. But I mean, no, everything is on the std error here. I don't know. You told me about the RL wrap. Yeah, I didn't know about its existence before. Just use a readline library in Rust. Yeah, that's what that's what I was saying before. That I would add some dependencies, and I guess that's one of them. Is it just the read line? Is it a read line? Reads a line from a user and returns it, panics or fail? Does it allow me to do up and down? I think this is 001. I think that's not the one that I'm looking for, right? Read line. Wrapper around read line on Linux and Mac and a shame on Windows. Do not use Rusty line. Does the same job much better. Rusty line. A Rusty line, a read line implementation based on anti-res's line noise. What does it even mean? What does the line noise mean? So yeah, like you have a like this is what you use for a REPL, right? What is anti-res's line noise? A minimal zero config BSD licensed read line replacement used for Redis, Mongo, Android, and many other projects. History handling, completion, single multi-line. So like I can also like set up the completion here, right? If I use this correctly, right? Completion API. Okay, yeah. Okay, nice. I guess we will use this, and eventually, once the language actually like is more than just a lexer, we can do the completion there too, which is nice. Nice. Let's see. Cargo add rusty line. Right? Do I want to have any other features? Derive. I guess not yet. Maybe like I will read about it more later, I guess. So just file the RL wrap is no longer necessary. The RL wrap can be removed even from my environment, right? I will uninstall it completely. In the main, what we need to do is instead of read to string, we're going to a read line, right? Let's see, rusty line, default editor new, new, result readline error, create an editor with a configuration. Okay, question mark. Let's also add the cargo add do I use Irie instead of anyhow? Result. This is similar to anyhow, but like I think it has like colors in it, and that's it. I don't know what the cool skills use, but anyhow is good rusty. Yeah, I've been using anyhow for most of my projects. So I no longer unwrap in this case. I just do a question mark, I guess. Over here, I'm using the error. Question mark, error is not satisfied. So for this, I need to, so I need to also derive the errors. So cargo add this error. This error. Okay. What did the buffalo say to his son leaving for university? It said, "Bye, son." Nice. You can clearly see that Figorlis are dead. I mean, with all the dead jokes. Is that considered a dead joke, right? Wait, what is the difference between dead jokes and normal jokes? You'll be here all week? Nice. What's so special about the dead jokes? It's like, is there like a certain property of a joke that makes it a dead one? Avenir UA, hello. How are you doing? I roll worthy. Okay, so I want to derive error, right? Which is going to be imported from the this error, right? And you do this by saying something like error, right? Error dot zero. I don't remember how you do this. Is this how you do it? Did I guess it correctly? Because of opening invalid format string, expected that, yeah. To docs for this error. You just do 0 like this. Okay. Right, and this also is going to derive the error. Error, and it's going to be displayed as as something like at file name colon position message like this, right? Method as display refer exists for a position. So now I need to go for position and implement the display for it, right? So we have only the debug. And I'm going to implement. Is there a driver for display? I don't do that very often. For position, I guess I can do it manually here. This is stdfmt display, right? Implement missing members. We do write f this colon this self line self column, right? That's all I need. No more warnings. Do I have a regular job? How can you stream every day? I'm working as a contractor, and I don't do a lot of work because I'm lazy. So I can stream every day, but I do work sometimes. Like right now I do have a job that I need to do, but I can choose when I work on it myself, basically. I don't have working hours or anything like that. Difference is that dead joke is spelled as DADJOKE, where normal joke is spelled like that. Nice. Was that also a dead joke? Let's take a look at the warnings. Try removing question mark and OK. Let's do that. Fields are never read. It's just like because I am not using that. Indeed. Fields never read. Never read, unused variable. That's okay. Okay, let's go to the main. So this is the what? Do I just call it rusty line? Is that how what they do it here? They call it RL. I think rusty line is a better name than RL. But I don't know. And then rusty line dot read line, and I give it a prompt, right? A prompt is going to be like this. And this gives me what? This gives me a result string. Let's see. Let's do a loop. And I'm going to, I guess, match that. Okay, line. Then let's not forget that Rust is better than Haskell over here in the beginning. In fact, you know what? I will also go ahead and say that it's better than OCaml too. All right. What else? What else do you guys think? All right. I will not talk about other languages. It's okay. It's okay. The other ones are more obvious that Rust is better than them, right? Rusty line. Read line. Okay. It's if I have an error. So what is the error type here? It's a rusty line error, right? Rusty line error. Read line error. End of file. So like specifically the end of file. What is the interrupted? Interrupt signal, control C. Oh, they also handle this? Nice. So they inject the control C handler for me when I'm initializing the default editor. Yeah, so like the only thing that I'm caring about is the end of file. In this case, it's just like break, right? And in case if it is any other error, then I just return this error, right? There you go. Two. Not file variable s. So in this case, we do the line, right? Variable rusty line is mutable. Let remove remove all unused imports. Cast better than Rust. There you go. Let's see, just run. We need to compile shit. Why did I not have the colors? Like this is some like does anyone know why this happens for me? My terminal stops being fully functional. Why? Like this is definitely something in Vim. So I have this floating terminal window in Vim, and it stops being functional at some point. I don't know why. Any Vimers in chat who have the same issue? I would like my terminal to work. What's the terminal? Like, is this NeoVide specific? So this is NeoVim. It's terminal inside NeoVim, and NeoVim is running not in terminal. It's running in the NeoVide front end, because like that's why I have the animated cursor and like smooth scrolling and shit. Right? So I'm not running a terminal. I'm running NeoVide specifically. NeoVide terminal not fully functional. Maybe I can like search for that. Like, but it may be like just an issue with the terminal inside NeoVim, right? Because Vim does it still fail in colon terminal? I don't know. Let's do colon terminal. Over here, right? We do what? What do we do? Maybe try it without NeoVide. Like the thing is, no, like you see, still in colon terminal, it still works. The problem is that I restart NeoVide, it's not going to it's not going to break. Like if I go into NeoVim here, it's not going to break. You know, it's only breaking like after a while for some reason. Like something is happening. Like even like if I restart NeoVide right now, it's also going to work. I mean, let's just try working in the normal Vim for a while, right? Let's just go here. So yeah, there you go. We can use Control L inside, right? We can have a std print hello world like this, and this is my tokens that I'm parsing this into. Right? Looks correct to me. And I can use up. Wait, I cannot use up. I cannot use up. Do I need to configure it so that I can use up and down? So apparently Control L works. Error interrupted in source main. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So let's try. So this is the same thing, but without the animations. I'm just in terminal. I'm using Alacrity as my terminal. Let's see if it breaks. Let's take a look at the Rusty line. Rusty line. The default editor with no helper and default history. What's the default history? Default file-based history implementation. How to use history. Don't you like press something for the history to... who used this library? Supercuber? You suggested this, right? Where is the history stored? It's stored in a file. So where is the default file location then? Read more. What's the default for? No, it's no. File history with config. Maybe check default keybinds. Yeah, but like, where are the default keybinds listed? Default editor uses the default history, default file-based history. So which means that there should be a file somewhere, right? New. Maybe take a look at the source. New with config default. So I need to take a look at the config and what is the default config, right? Source. Let's see, maximum history size 100. History duplicates, ignore consecutive. History ignore space, false. Completion type, circular, to do validate. Completion prompt limit, 100. Key sequence timeout. Edit mode, Emacs. This. Color mode enabled. Bell style default. Behavior default. Tab stop 8. Oof. Indent size 2. Check cursor position false. Enable. Like, what is the file though? Like, if it's a file based, I guess it's the file history. With config. Buff writer. Fix perm file. File. Save to file. What is my file? Save to. Logguard rw log file. What is the file? File create path. What is the path? Save path. Self save. Path. Append path. Append path. Self append. Temporary file named temp file. Okay. So it's a temporary file. No, this is a test. This is a test. For test, they use the temporary file, right? History append temporary file. This is a test. Is it actually saved anywhere? No idea. What about the keybinds? Where is the documentation? Maybe it says that it's based on this, so maybe I need to take a look at the line noise. This is the C library, right? So how do I do the auto completion? Tested with. Wait, is there no Windows here? There are no support for Windows? Auto completion. In order to use completion, use register to completion callback, which is called every time the user presses tab. So it's like it's completing the words. It's not the same as like pressing up and down. Can I not do that with this library? Maybe I don't have the feature with file history enabled. Maybe. Let's try doing the tab. Tab. Hello. Tab doesn't do anything. Like, tab doesn't insert a character. Or anything, yeah. Okay, let's see the features. Maybe take a look at the repository. Maybe they do more in this README. PowerShell ICE is not supported. MinTTY is not supported. Lighting colors are not supported on Windows. Less than the Windows 10. Yeah. Anyone uses Windows 7 still in chat? Yeah, it's supported on. It is supported on Windows in CMD and PowerShell. Nice. Okay. Feature with file history. Kill ring. What's a kill ring? Killing commands. Killing commands. IDX3. IDX3. Kill. Killing and yanking. Kill line. Kill the text from the point to the end of line. Control K, Control X. So like there's a bunch of like these things. They assume that I know this GNU read line library because that's what they're based off, right? Like it would be so nice if they actually included a documentation for those people who are not aware of that library. What year is it? 2024, I think. Did they close it? Oh yeah, there you go. Hold on. Hold on. Actions for all mode. Home and left, right. Control C, Control D. Delete. Delete character under the cursor. Control D if line is empty, end of file. Control J finish the line entry. Control R reverse search history. Oh, you do the search of the history. Wait, what? Like Control R. Control R. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Features. 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 Features MD. Extra features. Oof. Let's take a look at the features of the crate itself, right? Type something and then press Control R. Edge Control R. Like it doesn't work. It does not work. I think I need to enable the feature of the crate itself. Rusty line. Rusty line. Where's the features listed? Similar project Haskell line. I go to the docs, and in the docs we have the feature flags. This version has 18 feature flags. Radix tree with dirs, with file history. It's default. File history is the default. Case insensitive history search is a feature. Buffer redux is a feature. Derive, regex, rusculite, rusty line derive, signal hook, skim, termios with fuzzy, with SQLite history. I haven't saved any past commands. Isn't it supposed to like save it? Okay, hello world, right? And then I say Control R. H, Control R. Doesn't do anything. Control D deletes the character under the line according to the documentation. That works. When it's empty, then I do the end of file. Maybe I need to enable it. Like I need to, like this is the default editor. Maybe the default editor does not do that. But default editor, they told me that they have the history. Navigating, loading, storing history. Maybe I need to, you know, maybe I need like default editor with history or something. Even though like it's in the type, I still need to initialize it to maybe like some file or something. Default editor. This is the editor with history. There you go. Create an editor with a custom history implementation. So they're saying with custom, is there like if I don't use this, then the history is not created, maybe potentially. But there is the default history, right? Read line with initial. This function behaves the same manner as the read line, except for the pre-populates the input area. Oh, I can pre-populate. Nice. The text that resides in the input area is given in a tuple. The tuple on the left of the tuple is what will appear to the left of the cursor and on the right of the cursor. Oh, this actually is nice. Not sure what to use it for, but this is nice. Load history from the file. Oh. Save history. Oh. Append history. Oh. Do I need to do it manually? The documentation seems like it could use some more work here. Maybe I need to like look at the examples. History. Animal. Numeric input. Read password. SQLite history. Auto add history true. Is this what I need? You're gonna be working on kast right now if you continue to use rlrep. Yeah, maybe like maybe like it's not that important to do it right now, right? Research the rusty line. But I think we do got set auto add history. Tell if the lines are automatically added to the history. By default, they are not. See, how would I know that this is so? Yes, not yes, true. Right? No method read line. Okay, because this is supposed to be rusty line dot. Right, there you go. Now this should work. Hello world. Reverse search. Hello world. There you go. So I can do a hello like this. It would be nice if I had like the similar completion as like in the Zash. Basically, like if I start typing, the reverse search, like it's not also stored in a file anymore. So like it's auto adding, but like to the not to the file. History load save. Should I do it manually? Like I thought this would do it for me. Anyway, you know what? Let's ignore everything here. Maybe someone else can do a pull request if you guys want to configure the rusty line properly. Rusty line every this error. All right. Maybe autocomplete from history. Maybe. Okay, I'm not going to look further into it. I'm not. Let's also add actually one more dependency, which is going to be the tracing and tracing subscriber, right? We use this for logs, right? I'm going to do this. Tracing subscriber fmt init, right? And instead of print, I can do tracing info. Have dbg tracing for spawn on hashtag question mark like this. Which is like the same thing. But yeah, maybe this is all the dependencies that I will need for a while now, right? We have the logs. I guess the logs don't really need like the timings, maybe. Right? We can configure the format though later. Tracing. Whoosh. Okay. So next we work on the AST, right? The lecture was easy. Next we go on the work on the AST. So AST with some data that I want to attach to the thing, just like I was doing before. It's either the It's either a simple token, which is token, or it is a complex something something, right? Values, tuple of self. Can I use self here? I can. Nice. Is Rusty line default editor with config auto add history true build just works for you? Okay, fine. I'll try this again. Like, this is different? Like, why is this different? Auto add history. It's like set auto add history true. Is this like something different? New with config, and config is rusty line config builder auto add history true build, right? That's what you want. Rusty line configurer, remove, just run. Hello world. Okay, up and down works now. Okay, what if I close and then I open it again? Up and down. Okay, the history is not saved between the runs though. So like I should also say the file, right? Hello world, and I can do also Control R hello, and then it like does that. Yeah. Up down works. 1 2 3 up up down down. Okay, that works. Like, I just wanted to work across the runs too, so we need to, like, okay. History. There is no history file. Does Nix have something that would let you save to a temp file? What do you mean, Nix? There's a lot of save history example in the README. S360. History. And save history in the end. So if I do Control C, then it's like. Then I need to handle like this. I just thought it would do it automatically, but I guess it doesn't. Okay. Sure. Rusty line, load history from the path, which is going to be, and what's the path? Then I need to like tell it what the path is. It should be like some default. I need to like, you know what? I'm not doing that right now. Don't care enough. Auto add history, rusty line. You like there should be like some default path in my home, right? So we need to use like the like figure out what's the default location and everything, right? Make broke it happen sometimes. It's called compile make. Probably load on it and save on exit. Yeah, but like if I crash, then it's not going to be saved, right? So I need to like handle the crashes. I need to like catch the panics in case I want to save it, even in case of crashes, right? Or at least I should like handle the errors that I'm like showing to the user or something like that. I guess eventually I just wanted the main to never return a result, right? This should just never exit with a failure if this is if I'm doing a REPL, right? If I'm doing a REPL and there's an error, I should just like go on and allow to use the REPL again. Next time you will have to add a library to get platform independent temp directory, and soon enough you have 2000 dependencies. Yeah, that's fine though. I used the directories crate before for that. Directories, this one. This allows me to have like At least standardize the locations for these files. Not really like into doing this right now though, even though it's easy. Let's just instead work on the ASTs, right? Add mod AST. Yes, let's do that. Token. Let's import. You know what? Just use Lexer star, right? Okay. Struct tuple t. I'm going to have name unnamed list of the things and named. Is there in Rust like a hash map which also like maintains the order of insertion kind of thing, you know? Then you get a crate for that? I mean, I can do my own implementation for that easily. I'll use a binary tree map here, you know? From string and to t. Activate Linux, is that a joke? Yeah, being broke is is a joke. It's pretty funny, yeah. I just cannot afford the license, you know? I'm just waiting for someone to give me money finally so that I can activate my Linux, but no one wants to help me, apparently. Simple, complex. So what we want to do here is where we're going to have the function parse source file. This is giving me maybe this will cover the fees. Is it okay that like is it supposed to be like a slideshow? Did you make this GIF in PowerPoint? Let's do IRE result for now. It was originally fast and someone complained that it would be a trigger for epilepsy. Oh, I see. So just give the AST. Let's call this AST node. The AST that I want is AST with a span information. There you go. What I want. Look, you don't make GIFs of your face. Wait, what? Who made it then? This is Practical NPCs, but did Practical actually do this himself? I thought you give him the GIFs and then he just uploads them as the emote. Do I have animated emote slots myself? Hold on. Emotes. Do I have animated emote slots? I guess we can remove this and the bash one. Yeah, I'm using all of them right now. Jerem made them. Oh yeah, Jerem made the This emote, which is my favorite one too. Jeremy is just doing the emotes for everyone. Very nice. Of Jerem. Wait, can I have we have default things in Rust, right? We can just say that data is equal to the span, right? Can do that. Jerem, good guy, yeah. Okay, anyway, before we parse the AST, once again, we need to build the state machine of the syntax, right? So the syntax of the language is a thing which is the state machine, right? We'll have the we will have a bunch of syntax definitions that we are going to be able to add to the syntax. So syntax definition is something which has a name. We have the priority. And we have the associativity. Associativity is left or right. The priority is something that has, I'm going to use the floating point number inside. I'm going to use the floating point number inside so that it's easier, but I will let's add the noisy float. I'm not going to use my own crate. Let's add noisy. Is there what's the go-to library right now? Is it the noisy float? Noisy float, I mean? Or finite F64, yeah. Ah, I guess it does really matter. I mean, this is 02. It's just it was updated last year. There's not much things to do here anyway, right? But is there some other alternative that I should consider? It's just because I want the ORD implementation for this. I'm going to use the R64 instead here. Derive debug, copy, clone, ec, partial ec, hash, ord, partial ord. That's what we want, right? Import, use noisy float prelude, right? Okay. Debug, copy, clone. This for this one, I don't want to have the ORD implementation though. Fuck. Okay, so this is our syntax definition. We have name, priority, associativity, and then the actual definition, which is like the parts of the definition is going to be list of syntax definition part, right? Syntax definition part. It's either a keyword of a string, or it is an unnamed binding, or it is named binding with name. There you go. This is all I need here. Right. This is all I need. So this is how the syntax definition for the language is working. Here's the here's how it works, right? So we are going to write the syntax in the language itself. This is one of the examples of the definition. In this case, of the ternary operator. It's a left associative operator of priority 10. It has condition, then the keyword of question mark, then the then branch, then the colon, and then the else branch. That's what we're doing in the language. Here's the actual syntax from our standard library. Wait, hold on. This is the standard library itself. The syntax is in a separate file. Yeah, we have a bunch of syntax. This is the standard syntax of the language. So this is what we need to parse, convert into like the a graph that we can use to like actually parse the shit, right? Yeah. Binding. Okay. So we are going to have the nodes, syntax, I don't know what, parse node, I guess, which is going to represent the graph. I mean, it's not just a graph; it's more like a tree, not a graph, right? So we can so parse node represents a partially parsed syntax, which can result in multiple parsed definitions, basically, right? So we can either finish it, which is going to be a binary tree map from the amount of values into the finished state. Finished state is the syntax definition itself, you know, like this. And I think we can make them like reference counted so that I can clone it out if I want to, you know. Why not import standard sync arc? Okay, if we don't finish, then we can go next. The edges in our tree is going to be the keyword plus the amount of keyword values before the keyword. So we're just going to have the edge. In this case, I don't need the binary tree really. We can use a hash map. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? In this case, the binary tree is because I want to know the maximum element there. From edge to the parse nodes, to the inner parse nodes. What's the edge now? Debug, partial, hash, struct edge. So edge is something that has a keyword, which is a string plus values before keyword is the just the amount is what we worry about here. Also there is the priorities that I care about here, right? We call them binding power. No, it's not. It's not part of the edge. It's part of the parse node. It has the priority, and it has the associativity. I think. This one is optional. I mean, the binding power is optional. And we're going to implement implement ord for the binding power. right? So I'm going to say that I'm going to match self priority compare to the other priority. If it is equal, then we'll do something. Do this. The partial is going to be self cmp other. Right. So if the priorities are not equal, then are we casting yet? I mean, I'm starting to like construct the syntax tree slowly, constructing the state machine. So it's either this one is less, and this one is greater, or the other way. Um, it's not the ord, it's like the thing. The thing is that it's not actually the ord. You know what? I'm going to remove this. It's not the ordering that I want. I will see. We have finished next binding power. This is our parse node. Did I need anything else? I don't remember. Okay, anyway, the syntax is going to know about all the keywords that we have. So there's going to be a hash set of strings, and the root node is the root parse node, like that. Syntax. So the empty syntax is what we're going to get started with. Is the empty hash set, and the root node is parse node new, I guess. We need to generate the new function here. The finish is I mean, this is just self default. And we're going to, I'm just going to generate to derive. No, I'm going to have the new with power, which is going to be optional thing. Power. Finish that. Next that. Binding power. Power. Let's do something like this. Okay, so for syntax, I need to be able to insert new definitions. Insert definition, syntax definition, right? This potentially can fail. I will have a result here. Syntax error, I guess. Result nothing and error. Struct or I guess enum error. Derive debug. This one is I guess I can qualify it here, you know? I'm just going to qualify. Okay, so whenever I insert a new syntax definition, I need to like construct the thing, right? I also have a typo here, definition. So what do I do here? What do I do here? I'm going to basically let moot node is self root node, you know, something like this. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to iterate for. I'm going to go for part in definition parts, right? I'm going to match the part like this. So if it is a keyword, then I know for a fact that I should first into the keywords insert this keyword, right? Also, what I want to do is since this is a keyword, this means that I need to do a new basically edge, right? So so current node, let's rename this to current node. I'm going to say something like current node next entry for the edge, right? That I'm going to construct is going to be something, and the edge is edge. The edge that I need here is the keyword, being keyword clone, and values before keyword is the current values before keyword, which we are also going to count here. Values before keyword is 0, right? Because before keyword is 0. So in this case, when I'm having the entry, this, if it doesn't exist, then I need to insert a new state. This new state is going to be parse node new with power being binding power. Binding power is can I like, why is it not splitting it on multiple lines right now? Oh, because I have semicolon which is missing over here. There we go. So the priority is this definition priority, and associativity is this definition associativity. We're storing this on every node in between, because we need to know about that, right? This is what we insert. This is the next node, right? Binding power. Let binding power be that. I'm going to move this over here. Right? Binding power. This should be copy clone, I guess. So over here I say if next node binding power is not equal to the binding power, in case it already existed, then I am going to return the error. How about we move this error over here, the error message, you know, somewhere, I don't know, let's say error dot this, something like that, you know. And then similarly I will have these macros here. This error, right? Xer message. So I'm going to just use create error, everything from there. Anyway, cannot find the macro error in this scope. So like now though, the problem is that the order matters, unfortunately, right? Does it? Cannot find macro error in this scope. Have you added the macro use? Oh wait, hold on. I can add the macro use on the module import. Oh, okay. Macro use. Does this work then? Don't initialize a tuple struct which contains private fields. Oh, it's a public field. All right. So now I can also like use the create error everything over here, right? So in this case, the node binding power is not some binding power, right? In this case, we return error. We return error something something. Let's return the error message here for now. So this error is is going to say like different binding powers. Different binding power. Something something. I'm not sure how to say it better here, or if I can like somehow make this not an error. Anyway, for now, I'm going to ignore this. So this is my next node that I'm going in. I'm also going to reset the amount of values before a keyword back to 0, right? And then I'm going to say that no current node is equal to the next node. right? So we are going forward with this thing, you know. Yeah, if we have unnamed bindings, then first of all, values before keyword plus equal 1. Similarly to this. Right? If it's named binding, like I don't care about the name itself here, yeah. All I care about is the values before the keyword. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah. So after that, in the end, after I have parsed all the definition parsed, we have arrived in some node, and in this case, we want to finish, right? So current node finish entry for the current values before the keyword. So like the final values. So this is the entry. I'm going to match this. It was if it was an already occupied with some existing definition, right? Or is it like this is the entry, right? This is the entry. Can I just say over here return error? You know, like conflicting syntax definitions. Conflicting syntax definitions. This and that, maybe. Like I will just say that the entry value name and the definition name. If only I had the autocompletion inside macros. That's another annoying thing of Rust, but it's okay, I guess. No rules expected the token comma. Wait, is there no rules expected the token comma? Error. Let's do this here. F token tree star. Is that how I do it? So that we can yeah, I think that's how I do it here. No method value found for struct occupied entry. No method value. How do I get the value? Is it a field? Std occupied entry. It has the key and it has the oh, the value is just get, apparently, instead of a value. All right. Sure. And over here, if it's a vacant entry, in this case, I'm going to do entry insert entry insert something, right? What do I insert here? So I insert the definition itself. That's what I'm doing. And I need it to be stored in an arc. So we do this, right? There you go. So this is me just constructing this state machine, right? That I'm going to traverse. I think this is it. I think this is it. Now the actual parsing needs to happen. Dun, dun. All right, let's see. We are doing this for 4 hours. How quickly can I write the AST parser? Kind of want to eat though. Yeah, but we basically made the same that I did in Haskell. The Haskell, we did it in 3 days, but obviously I was learning Haskell too. I'm not sure how long did it take me to get to the same point in Camel. I'm not sure if I can like test this without like the actual like parser though. This is just like the this is me constructing the thing that I'm going to use later. Nigel, welcome back. I'm wondering if I just should continue next time instead of right now, because I want to go eat and then the parser is going to take some time, I think. No need for every stream to be 12-hour stream, right? 4 hours is enough. And also, like I said, I have some work that I need to do. Actually, I have a job right now, so I need to go and work on the job. Actually, to job or to stream? That is the question. A job, SMH. How is your like ECS stuff going? Did you finish it? Rust is better than job, but I'm writing Rust for a job too. I'm literally using Rust for job too. You're writing documentation, nice. I thought I was like going to like do something. No way Kuviman got the first Rust job opening on Earth. I did not get the job opening. I just said that I'm going to work in Rust. I didn't ask anyone. I mean, almost. I've been working in Rust for a long time. I've been using Rust for 8 years. For 8 years, I had a job, and I was writing Rust for my job. You know. So I mean, technically, before I used Rust for a job, it happened after a little bit of time after I learned Rust, but it was a very, very short period of time because yeah, I just did a proof of concept basically, and then I showed it at the job that I can do this stuff that we were doing in Rust, and I started using Rust instead of JavaScript in my case. Yeah. You're looking for Rust jobs right now that are not blockchain. Yeah, there is a lot of blockchain jobs. But I have I'm not really like looking for a job, but I have seen a bunch of jobs appearing about Rust. You know, they're not all about the blockchains. They are being used by companies here. But yeah, it's a lot harder than finding a job in other languages, for sure. Canonical was hiring Rust developer recently. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, working in other languages is harder because once you know Rust, you hate every other programming language, obviously. But technically, like I think for me, it's more about not the language, but the thing that I'm working on. Like there's a bunch of yeah, like you don't want to have a blockchain job too, right? But like I mean, they do use Rust there a lot. Anyway, like I was saying, I think I'm going to end the stream. How much code did I write today? Let's see. Let's see, Rust. 500 lines of code of Rust. 500 lines of code and 4 hours, about 100 lines an hour. 100, 200 lines an hour, right? 150 lines an hour. Is that a good speed? I don't know. But yeah, next time we do what I tried to do yesterday with Haskell, which is actually writing the parser when I rage quitted Haskell. All right. Don't happen next time. Won't happen next time. Let's search for someone to raid. Convert to word per minute. So if we do like 550 per 4 hours, so this is 137 per hour, right? So like per minute is going to be divided by 60, so a little bit more than 2 words per minute. Wait, this is what? 2 lines per minute, right? 2 lines per minute. What's the average line length and the words? Like, we need to like know what the average words in line is to know the word per minute, right? Tika Davis live? Eduardo, yeah. Yeah. I took a look at the language. Wait, hold on. Is he like...
But that's a nice
Oh,
point.
he's watching something. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I think these guys language. So these guys also making a language, right? And but they use all the mathematical symbols. So you need to have a very special keyword to be able to write in that language, I think. But I might be wrong. Maybe it was something else that I looked at. I don't know. I just very briefly looked at the thing. You like math? All right. They use OCaml to make the language. I'm not sure. Do they work on Taker right now? They say Taker, right? But maybe they are taking a break right now because that's what their language is about. Taker is for taking a break. That's basically all I know about it. So see you guys next time. Bye.